10 Advice from Richard Branson for young people who want to be rich and successful. He dropped out of high school at the age of 16 due to his health challenges. But that was not enough to stop him. Richard Branson went on to become an entrepreneur and the richest man in the United Kingdom. Over the years, Sir Richard has given various advice about how you can be rich and successful. In this video, we will be sharing with you 10 of the most inspiring advice of Richard Branson. Number 7 is very important, so pay close attention and watch to the end of this video. If you're new here, consider subscribing so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Advice number 1. You don't learn to walk by following rules. You learn by doing and by falling over. Most people have a wrong idea about how human brain learns or masters skills. Because of this, many young people think they are not good enough. Well, you won't be good at anything just by thinking or reading about it. You want to be an athlete, a musician, or an entrepreneur. The only way to learn how to be anything is by doing. Get out and start doing. Number 2. Do not be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. The reason why most people never take action towards their goals is because of fear of failure. This is what I love to tell you. Whether you are afraid of failure or you take actions towards your goals, you'll fail anyway. Failure is an integral part of life. You can postpone it or dodge it for a time, but you can't avoid it. There are two kinds of people in life: people who get out and dare failures, and people who keep their heads safe. People who get out and dare failures make some mistakes and experience some failures, but eventually succeed, while people who keep their heads live average life and eventually fail. Do not be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. If you avoid failures, you avoid life. Number 3. If you care about something enough to do something about it, you are in a business. I remember writing my first book. I never knew I was writing a bestseller. In fact, I never thought I was writing a book many people would like. I was simply an angry man who believed he has a better idea about a situation and putting that into writing. Most businesses start this way. When you see an individual who is angry about something, you've seen someone who has a business idea. The difference between successful people and failure is that when successful people think something is wrong, they are willing to take responsibility to make it right, while others complain about what they think is wrong. Those things you are angry about are businesses. Stop complaining. Start thinking. Start taking responsibility for solutions. If you care enough about making something right, you've got a business. Number 4. Chance favors the prepared mind. The more you practice, luckier you become. All through the human history, people who take chances are people who are prepared before such chances show up. Looking at the young people of this generation, it's hard to believe that many really prepare for anything significant. Most young people lack the ability to see the next 10 years of their lives and put up a plan. Preparation, focus, and learning requires to become successful in the future. Listen, overnight success doesn't exist except in Hollywood movies. It takes time to achieve anything significant, and only those who get prepared get ahead. Abraham Lincoln said, "If you give me 6 hours to cut down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 hours to sharpen my axe." Number 5. Business opportunities are like buses. There is always another one coming. Many people think that the rich have taken all the opportunities, but that's not true. Every now and then, new opportunities to create abundant wealth come up and another set of ordinary but prepared people emerge as millionaires. Don't believe the trash. The world is never dry of new opportunities because there is always something to improve, something to discover, and something to create. The problem with ideas and opportunities is that you can't see them with your eyes. You can only see them with your mind. And if your mind is not prepared, it will be blind to opportunities. Number 6. I think it's quite great to set yourself a big challenge, and then you've got another reason for keeping fit. People who dream big usually don't achieve their big dreams, but in all instances, you'll be a better person if you dream of becoming a billionaire and end up being a millionaire than if you have no dream at all. It's amazing how many people simply live life without aspiration to achieve something bigger than themselves. If you want to upgrade your life, simply upgrade your dreams. Give yourself a bigger challenge and discipline yourself to pursue it. You'll make mistakes and fail, but you'll become a better human being. Number 7. To be successful, you have to be out there. You have to hit the ground running. If dreams alone make people succeed, the world will be filled with millionaires because everyone wants to be rich and successful. But it's beyond dreams. It's about waking up in the morning and hitting the ground running. The race of life is a marathon, so you have to be prepared for it. Hitting the ground running isn't when you try one or two things, fail and get discouraged. Nah. Hitting the ground running is when you are willing to endure the journey, no matter how long it takes. Think about this. If success is easy, why is it that only few people have it? Number 8. When you're first thinking through an idea, it's important not to get bogged down in complexity. Think simply. Don't try to understand the end from the beginning. Don't try to understand everything before you get started. Think simply and seek to understand only the first step. After taking the first step, you can figure out the second and third. Number 9. There is no greater thing you can do with your life and your work than follow your passions. I know you've probably heard this a million times. The questions most young people ask whenever they hear a similar advice is, how can I know what my passion is? And what if my passion doesn't pay my bills? I have some answers for you. First, knowing what your passion is will require you to lay your hands on a few things. Yes, it's like an experiment. You have to try couples of things before you know what exactly makes you feel great. To the second question, if your passion doesn't pay your bills, you have to endure some time doing what can pay your bills while you're figuring out how you can make a living through your passion. In all, making your passion your life's long work is very important because your work will take a large part of your life. It's a terrible life if you hate Mondays. Life only makes sense if you're as happy on Mondays as you are on Friday. Life only makes sense if you're as happy on Monday as you are on Friday. It could take time and some trials and errors, but if you can pay the required price to discover yourself and follow your passion, you may never have to work for the rest of your life because your work has become pleasure. Number 10. Hard-won things are more valuable than those that come too easily. We are in the day of shortcuts. Most people want success, but they are not willing to go through pains to have it. Movies make it seem as if success can be gotten in an instant, but that's not true. Let me tell you this about success. It's not really what you get, but what you become during the process. Ask anyone who inherits a large sum of money whether they feel successful. You can't feel successful by having success thrown at you. You'll only feel successful because of the tough times you've gone through to achieve your success. So don't be afraid of going after it because it seems difficult to get. Who you become along the way is the real success. You enjoyed this video, didn't you? We would like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.